You Are Not the Nightmare was a hilarious piece. And there's so many things that I liked here. There's so many messages in this piece about how social media affects everything in our psyche and what is the true cause of our anxiety. We start with this woman scrolling through social media and she's taking in everything of the world. So when everything and everything in the world, you have, things that are really scary going on in this world. And when something actually scary or what we perceive or think will be scary comes to hurt her in the middle of the night, she's unfazed. And it gave me a sense that the message is the desensitization that we have because of our access to too much information, because of our access to social media. We see so many school shootings, for example, right now, that is to a point where you become desensitized, where it becomes yet another one. You see so much murder and so many images within media today that it just becomes this thing where you're unfazed by it all. So I felt like that was one of the message. But also a lot of messages about this whole fake it till you make it culture that exists within social media. This hilarious moment where he needs to document his kill before with the selfie to post, and then having to fake it with the wine after when he doesn't actually achieve what he wants to achieve, just so he has his following think that he achieved it. It's such a poignant message of how what most of us are viewing on social media is not real. It's not the actual reality. It's the image that we want to portray to the world. This hit so many different points for me while having really great comedic timing and great performances and just great comedic moments out of the cast in general.
This was hilarious. I really enjoyed this way to turn the whole scream horror genre even further on its ear than some of the parodies already have done. This one just really just keeps you going along with it. It's enjoyable. It's surprising. It's funny. It's literally so many just good qualities crammed into a very short period. Just yeah, really love the performances, the writing, and just the way it sort of just captured the essence of the modern day social media and all that. And it's nice, even just seeing some memes that you recognize too in the beginning there. I thought that was a nice touch. So great work with this one.
You are not the nightmare. This was funny comedy. Really, I really enjoyed the comedy. Really enjoyed the vibe, the acting. I think the cinematography was also very well done. Absolutely brilliant cinematography. But overall, the story is what really excited me. I mean, then in the end, we found out that it's not the the nightmare is not the assassin, but real life is, society is. This woman is so uh, she has enough of real life, work, rent increasing, family and friends, people letting you down, so that she really can't bear it anymore. And when she sees a serial killer in front of her, she's like, man, you are the last of my worries. I think this was a very clever idea, and overall, the short turns out to be really, really funny, but also really, really meaningful. Congratulations.
I really enjoyed You Are Not the Nightmare. I loved the social commentary that came with it and how we're living in a world that is so that we're faced with, nightmare situations every day, just scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or the news. We see horrific things happening and the state of our world and what it's coming to. And so a man in a scream mask is not going to bother us anymore. The nightmare is so much bigger than the monsters under your bed sort of message. So I thought the message in this was really powerful, and it was just a really funny film. I loved that we see the Scream Man on the phone with customer service because his knife doesn't work. I thought that was really funny, and the fact that he has to go and then wash her sheets because she says if the sheets have a stain in them, she's gonna kill him. So just the humanizing of the bad guy in this situation was really funny. The way they did it. Yes, so I thought this was great social commentary, great hilarious dark comedy, and I really enjoyed it.
You Are Not the Nightmare is a really funny parody both of horror films but also of social media. The way it pokes fun at horror tropes and uses like even more like scary horrors of the modern world, to completely subvert expectations to for comedic effect is fantastic. I do love the idea that the world we live in is scarier than some knife wielding psycho trying to murder us. Like, I think that's comic genius.
You Are Not the Nightmare. I absolutely adored this. I thought it was so funny and so fun. And, you know, with so many things that we've, been kind of hit with it globally recently. And, within at least like within culture and within society and in America especially with inflation and globally with the pandemic and just like the kind of state of affairs for the entire world. um I think that this concept of like this creepy stranger with a knife and everything standing over your bed is no longer the scariest thing that people have to deal with, and I think that that kind of concept is hilarious, in like a kind of satire way. uh and like I said, I really really enjoyed this. I thought this was really really fun, and that she didn't balk, she didn't wasn't even surprised or anything like that. um at this guy standing over her with a knife, and him being so kind of distraught that he wasn't getting the response that he was wanting, but still was doing her laundry at the end. I thought was great. Like I said, I really really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great.